Dirty truth. What you need to know about yourself. We talk about the stuff you don't want to talk about, so you don't have to talk about it unless you want to talk about it. But that doesn't matter because you're out there and we're in here talking about all that stuff that gets pushed aside. Even though you want to be a part of it, you can't because you're not here, so you just get to listen. You're welcome. We're here.
Welcome back to The Dirty Truth, sticking our fingers right into episode 5. This is the podcast that rips the Band-Aid off life's biggest scams, one brutally honest conversation at a time. Today, we're talking about the biggest lie in the history of relationships. Forget soulmates and happily ever after, we're talking about the relationship glow-up. You know what we mean. The way we all fake being clean, put together, and attractive before slowly revealing that we are, in fact, absolute disasters. Buckle up. We're about to destroy every fairy tale romance fantasy you've ever believed in.
All right, welcome back to The Dirty Truth. I'm Max Flatley, here with my boy Chaz Clarington.
What's up, BCT family? We're looking forward to this episode for sure.
Damn right we are. Chaz, I don't want to even waste time with opening shenanigans. We're dipping straight into it. And let's be real, falling in love isn't about finding the one. It's about keeping your disgusting, crusty, real self hidden long enough to trick someone into thinking you have your life together.
Oh, for sure. First dates are just high stakes theater. You're not showing up as yourself. You're showing up as the best, most flawless version of yourself that has ever existed. A version you will never, ever maintain.
Dude, you could be an unemployed mess with an air mattress on the floor and 3 parking tickets you're ignoring. But for that first date, you look like you just walked out of a GQ magazine.
You're freshly showered, cologned up, wearing an outfit that makes you appear successful. Meanwhile, the truth is your credit score is held together by prayer and student loan debt.
Exactly. You've got one good outfit that makes you look like a fully functioning adult, and you're rotating that thing like a cartoon character. First date, boom, the nice button down. Next date, same shirt, different jacket. Third date, oh no, the scam is unraveling.
And let's talk about the prep. You don't just show up looking like that. You've been training for this moment like a prize fighter. 3 showers, trimmed fingernails, a fresh haircut. You even hit spots you don't normally care about. Back of the neck, moisturized. Elbows, polished. You shave places you haven't seen in months.
Oh, and don't forget the cologne math. Too little, you smell like an actual human. Too much, you smell like a cologne factory explosion. You gotta calculate that stuff.
It's all a scam. You've never been this clean in your life. You're basically a rental car. You look pristine, but if they check under the hood, disaster.
Here's the truth. People don't actually live like this. No human showers that often. But in the beginning, you're washing yourself like you're prepping for surgery.
You ever see a guy in the first 3 months of dating? That man has exfoliated. He's using scented lotion. His nails are clean. That is not normal. That is a man in disguise.
It's the relationship starter pack. Suddenly, you're scrubbing your feet. You're flossing every night. You're washing your pillowcases regularly, like you're a responsible adult.
Oh, yeah. And breath? Perfect. You're chewing gum like your life depends on it. You could wake up in the middle of the night and still have minty fresh breath. And why? Because you fear being exposed.
Because you know the second they find out what your real breath smells like in the morning, they're gonna reevaluate the whole relationship.
Morning breath is a crisis. First 3 months, you wake up early just to go pre-brush before they see you. You're out here strategizing, sneaking into the bathroom like a Navy SEAL.
And the crazy part, you don't even like showers this much. Nobody does. Once the glow-up phase is over, it's back to I can shower tomorrow.
And then, it happens. You get comfortable. The glow-up fades. The effort drops. And suddenly you're looking at each other like, wait, were you always this nasty?
This is when you start seeing the real version of your partner. And let me tell you, it's a horror movie.
They go from looking like an Instagram model to looking like they just rolled out of a swamp. No makeup, sweatpants every day, hair questionable.
You wake up next to them one day, and it's like seeing a celebrity without their Photoshop. Like, wait a second, who is this?
Oh yeah, you thought they woke up like this? No, they used to wake up 10 minutes earlier than you to fix it. But now, you get the raw, unedited footage.
This is when the smells start appearing. That perfect fresh linen and vanilla scent, that's gone. Now you're dealing with real human smells, morning breath, foot funk, and mystery armpit situations.
Bro, the smells. You ever get in a car with your partner, and suddenly you realize something is not right? You're looking at them like, hey, when's the last time you showered?
And they hit you with the, I don't know, 2 days ago? 2 days? Ma'am, that is illegal. All right, so that was hygiene. But let's get into something even worse. How we eat. Because let me tell you something. Nobody eats like a civilized human being when they're alone. Nobody. You ever see a guy by himself at home? He's hunched over his food like he just escaped from the woods. There are crumbs on his shirt. He's inhaling everything like it's a survival situation, and somehow he has sauce on his eyebrow.
Oh yeah, it's primal. When nobody's watching, you're using your sleeve as a napkin. You're taking bites too big for your own safety. You're living like a raccoon who broke into a Wendy's dumpster.
But then you start dating, and suddenly it's all a lie. Now you're eating salads like you chose to. You're cutting your food into tiny, delicate bites like some kind of aristocrat. You're sitting up straight, dabbing your mouth with a napkin, acting like this is how you normally eat.
Oh, the first date salad is a real thing, because no one wants to be the guy who orders a triple bacon cheeseburger with a side of, I have no self-control on date one.
Exactly. First few months, you're on your best behavior. You chew with your mouth closed. You pretend you don't know what fast food is. You act like your fridge is full of healthy groceries instead of just condiments and one expired yogurt.
Oh, and portion control? A scam? At the beginning, you're eating half your meal, all dainty, like, oh, I'm full. Meanwhile, when you're alone, you're polishing off a large pizza by yourself, like it's your last meal on earth.
And then the day comes when the glow up crumbles. One night, you're watching TV and you look over and there they are. Your perfect, delicate, well-mannered partner, shoveling food into their mouth like a wild animal who hasn't eaten in weeks.
That's when you realize they were faking it too. And now, no one's pretending anymore.
No one can pretend for that long. It's in our heads like we can control it forever. But wait, there's more. What's the next scam we simultaneously perpetuate? That's right, the way we pretend to sleep in the beginning. Because the first time you spend the night at someone's place, it is a full-blown performance.
Oh yeah, you're lying there like a Disney princess, peaceful, still, no drool, no weird noises. You might as well be in a coffin.
Yeah, first few sleepovers, you're making sure you fall asleep in an attractive position. No weird angles, no snoring, no sudden sleep twitches that make you look possessed. You're lying there like you just naturally sleep beautifully, like some kind of perfectly rested angel.
Meanwhile, in real life, you sleep like you're fighting demons in your dreams. One leg is hanging off the bed, your mouth is wide open, and you wake up with your blanket twisted into a noose around your body.
Let's revisit that sleep breath thing. It did not get the attention it deserves. It's real, it's nasty, and it's every day. Because when you first start dating, You wake up in full-blown crisis mode. You are not letting them catch you with that morning dragon breath. Chaz was right. Wake up before them, sneak off to the bathroom, brush your teeth in total silence, and then slip back into bed like nothing happened.
The pre-brush sneak attack is so important, and you have to do it right. You creep through the apartment like a burglar, just so you can pretend you woke up with your mouth on fleek.
Ha! On fleek Chaz. Write that down, BCT family. Always remember to keep your mouth on fleek, which reminds me, we're still here because you do that. Like, subscribe, and turn on your notification bell thing. It makes me sick to say that because it sounds like begging. But when you do that for us, we get to keep our jobs, and you get to learn how to do things, important things, like keeping your mouth on fleek. We are here for you. We stick our finger in it. I know you know what that means, and it's not always great, but we do that for you. We can also wash out finger. For you, of course. Okay, back at it. And, damn it. What were we talking about before I started begging for audience love, Chaz?
I have no clue, Max. You always just spout off the most random stuff. I never know what's about to come out of your mouth. I don't even know why we have pre-podcast planning sessions.
Damn it! That mouth on fleek thing threw me off. Oh yeah! Oh, I remember where I was going. It ends. The glow-up phase, I mean. The glow-up phase fades. One morning, you wake up, turn over, and hit your partner with a breath so powerful it could be considered an act of war. You see them recoil, you see the fear in their eyes, and you both know it's over. The illusion is shattered. Switching it up again because there's just too much to fit into one segment. But look, grooming. Why are we about to talk about grooming? Because when you're newly dating, you are the cleanest, smoothest, most manscaped or lady shaved. Geez, never even thought of what the girl version of manscaped it, ladyscaped, whatever. You are the most that version of yourself that will ever exist.
Oh yeah, everything is trimmed, plucked, exfoliated. You look like you were freshly manufactured in a lab.
Keep it real, people. Nobody maintains that long term. You ever see a guy in the first 3 months of dating? That dude's got smooth skin, perfect hair, and he's wearing fresh underwear every single day. That is a lie.
Oh yeah, give it a year, and suddenly he's walking around looking like a grizzly bear who just woke up from hibernation.
You ever see a guy's bathroom when he's single? He's got one bottle in there. One bottle. And it says body, face, hair, car engine, dishes, laundry, and emergency tire sealant.
Oh, 12-in-1 body wash, the ultimate bachelor product. It doesn't actually clean you, but it does convince you that hygiene is optional.
But when he starts dating, suddenly he's got an entire regimen. He's got skin serums. He's moisturizing. He has a shampoo and a separate conditioner. This man is living a lie.
Oh, let's talk about legs. Because women, at the beginning, they're shaving their legs every day. You could grate cheese on those things.
Then 3 months in, she's like, you know what? I'm wearing pants today. He'll never know. Fast forward to winter, and now you're dating a Wookiee.
At that point, you either accept it, or you buy her a razor for Valentine's Day and prepare for a breakup.
Look, the truth is, everybody is faking it at the start of a relationship. You're not falling in love with a person. You're falling in love with their customer service personality.
Yep. And when that version of them disappears, that's when you find out if you actually like each other.
Because at some point, the glow up ends. And if you can still look at each other and think, yeah, I'll keep this mess of a human around, that's real love. Okay, let's talk about something every couple has to face at some point: bathroom boundaries. Because in the beginning, You're putting on a full Broadway production to convince your partner that you do not have bodily functions.
Oh yeah, when you first start dating, you're basically living a lie. You're at their place for the weekend. Your stomach is begging for relief. But what do? You hold it. You hold it until your organs are shutting down like a power grid failure.
You ever been so desperate you start making excuses to leave just so you can find a bathroom somewhere else? I just remembered I have to check my car real quick. Be right back. Boom. Now you're sprinting to the nearest gas station for relief.
The worst is when you're staying at their place and you realize it's a one bathroom situation. No escape, no buffer, no chance of survival.
Dude, the one bathroom couple is playing life on hard mode. You're telling me I have to do my business 10 feet away from where they're sipping their morning coffee? Absolutely not.
That's when you get real creative. You start strategizing like a military general. You time it when they're in the shower. You create distractions. Hey babe, can you check outside? I think someone just stole your car. Then bam, you've got 30 seconds to make it happen.
But let's be real. At some point, no matter how hard you try, the illusion will shatter. And it's usually because you hear something you were never supposed to hear.
Dude, the first time you hear your partner's battle noises, that's when you find out what you're really made of.
And let's talk about thin walls, because when you move in together, that's when you really start learning about each other. It's all fun and games until you realize the bathroom walls are made of paper, and now you're accidentally eavesdropping on something you never wanted to be a part of.
Oh yeah, you're just sitting there on the couch, minding your own business, when suddenly you hear the symphony of groans with low bass solos of disgust and that high rim squeak follow, a vomitous harmony of nasty coming from the other room, and now you have a decision to make. Do you pretend it didn't happen? Or do you break up with a vague yet on-point text message as you dart out the door?
Bro, the worst part is when you lock eyes afterward. You both know what just happened. No one says a word. No one acknowledges it. You both just have to live with the fact that your relationship has changed forever. All right? So at first, you're fighting for your dignity. You're doing everything you can to keep the mystery alive. But one day, you wake up and suddenly, it's gone. It starts small, a casual conversation through the door, a quick emergency TP handoff. Then, boom, the door is wide open, and one of you is brushing your teeth while the other is peeing.
Oh yeah, it starts off innocent. At first, you're just in there real quick. Next thing you know, they're making full eye contact with you while handling their business like they're conducting a TED Talk.
You ever been mid-toothbrush and suddenly you realize you can smell the truth, the air has changed, and now your whole day is ruined?
That's when you start asking the hard questions like, did I fall in love with the real deal Swamp Thing?
Now let's talk about the moment that really separates the weak from the strong, the toilet paper handoff. Because at some point, you're going to be in that nightmare scenario. You're stranded, no TP, and your only hope is the person you once thought was the love of your life.
Bro, this is rock bottom. You ever text your partner from the bathroom like, hey, I need your help, and you just know their respect for you has vanished?
The handoff itself is always awkward. They don't want to be there. You don't want to be there. But now, you're both in this together. They're standing in the doorway, holding out the roll like it's evidence in a murder trial.
And they never just hand it to you like a normal person. No, they have to keep maximum distance, like you've been quarantined by the CDC.
Or worse, they mess with you. They dangle it. They hold it just out of reach, like they're training a dog. Say please.
and you just have to sit there, pants around your ankles, begging for mercy. This is true vulnerability.
Once you survive the toilet paper handoff, it's over. The relationship has fully devolved. There are no more secrets. You walk in on them, they walk in on you. Nobody cares anymore.
There it is. You go from I will die, before I let them know I used the bathroom, to I'm going right now, and if you don't like it, leave the apartment.
You ever hit the point where one of you is in the shower and the other just walks in like, hey, I gotta go, and you let them?
Oh yeah, at that point, you're just roommates with benefits.
Look, real love isn't about fancy dates or heartfelt letters. It's about surviving the moment when all privacy dies. It's about standing next to your partner, brushing your teeth, and realizing that you will never be the same again.
And if they still love you after hearing your battle sounds, that's when you know. This is real.
All right, let's start at the beginning. The first few nights you sleep over at your partner's place. Because let's be honest, those nights are a performance. You are faking the way you sleep, like your life depends on it.
Oh yeah, it's like you're auditioning for Cutest Sleeper Alive. Yeah, you're lying there perfectly still, not moving a muscle, trying to breathe at an attractive pace.
Do you ever have to manually control your own breathing because now you're hyper aware of every inhale and exhale? Suddenly you're like, wait, am I breathing too loud? Am I wheezing? Does my mouth hang open?
And don't forget, this is the only time in your entire life you're going to wake up silently and gracefully. No grunting, no stretching, no pterodactyl noises coming out of your throat.
Oh yeah, first few mornings, you wake up like a Victorian ghost, gently opening your eyes, lying there still, waiting for them to wake up naturally so you don't expose the truth.
Meanwhile, the real version of you wakes up like you just got resurrected from the dead.
Dude, if you don't wake up with at least one eye sealed shut, drool on your pillow, and your hair looking like a tornado survivor, you are a liar. All right, let's talk about cuddling. Because at first, cuddling is all sweet. It's all I just love being close to you. It's all forehead kisses and gentle whispers. But then reality hits, and you remember that you are in fact a biological furnace.
Oh yeah, first 10 minutes, adorable. After that, you're melting into each other like two slices of overheated deli meat.
Dude, why does body heat triple when you sleep together? You ever spoon someone and suddenly the temperature jumps 20 degrees? Now you're dripping sweat, contemplating if you rather die of heat stroke or just rip your arm away and risk them waking up.
The arm dilemma is real. You ever get trapped in a cuddle position where your arm is fully dead, but you don't want to move because it'll ruin the moment? Now you're lying there, accepting paralysis, planning your new life with one usable limb.
And then someone finally breaks. One of you flips over aggressively, smacking the other person in the face in the process, and bam! The cuddling phase is over. Welcome to every night for the rest of your life. All right, now we need to discuss the most serious problem in every relationship, the blanket war. Because let's be real, one of you is a thief.
Oh yeah, every night starts fair. But at some point, one person is gonna steal that blanket like a bank robbery.
You ever wake up freezing because your partner has fully cocooned themselves in every last inch of fabric? Now you're lying there, shivering, holding onto a tiny piece of corner fabric like a hostage.
Oh, and if you try to pull it back gently, nope, it doesn't work. They respond like you just tried to steal their soul.
The worst part, if you take the blanket, suddenly they wake up and hit you with, "Why'd you take all the covers?" "Oh, I'm sorry. Was I supposed to die from hypothermia?" And then Just when you finally start drifting off, the noises begin.
Oh yeah, this is when you realize you're dating an actual monster.
Because one of two things is happening. Either they snore like a chainsaw, or worse, they're a night talker.
Oh dude, sleep talkers are terrifying. You're lying there, all peaceful, and suddenly they sit up and whisper some demonic nonsense.
The goats are in the tunnel. I'm sorry. What? Excuse me? Who told you that?
Oh yeah, at that point, I'm sleeping with one eye open.
But nothing is worse than the snorer. You know the ones. The people who go to bed as a normal human and wake up sounding like a dying walrus. Look, sleeping together isn't romantic. It's not peaceful. It's just two people surviving the night, trying to avoid being smothered, overheated, or deafened by snoring.
And if you can still wake up next to them after all that, that's real love.
All right, let's talk about what happens after you've survived the first fart, the bathroom stage, and the sleep wars. Because at this point, you're fully exposed. The walls are down. The cute little, oh, I'm not that messy version of yourself, dead and buried. Now, the real you is making a full comeback.
Oh yeah, this is when the secret single behaviors start creeping back in. The stuff you hid for months? Yeah, you're not hiding it anymore.
You go from I always eat proper meals at the table to I'm eating shredded cheese straight out of the bag in my underwear at 2 a.m. in record time.
Or the I would never let you see me in an ugly outfit lie. Yeah, that's gone. Now, you're walking around in a holy t-shirt, mismatched socks, and sweatpants so worn out they have zero elasticity left.
Dude, you ever see your partner wearing an outfit so bad that you physically cannot let it slide? Like, babe, I love you, but you look like you got dressed during a house fire.
Oh yeah, when fashion dies, that's when you know you're in it for the long haul. At first, you're all put together, trying to impress them. A year in, you're like, I could brush my hair, or I could just accept my fate.
This is also when all hygiene rules go out the window. At first, you're showering daily, even twice a day. You always smell fresh, always presentable. But after a while, you hit that questionable zone.
Oh yeah, wait, did you shower today? Conversation is the real relationship test.
Even worse, when you know you didn't shower, they know you didn't shower, and you both just accept it. You're sitting there marinating in your own laziness, looking at each other like, maybe tomorrow. And this is where we get to the final stage of love. You want to know what true love is? It's not grand gestures. It's not romantic dinners. It's not poetic of letters.
Oh no. Real love is smelling your partner at their worst and choosing to live with them anyway.
Bro, if you can survive the moment when your partner lets out a morning breath so toxic it could qualify as biological warfare, and you don't immediately file for separation, that's real. That's commitment.
Or when they take their shoes off after a long day, and suddenly the entire air composition in your home changes. If you don't leave them after that, you two are locked in for life.
The ultimate test, the sick day test. You ever see your partner when they're sick and just completely give up on life? They're lying there, mouth breathing, wrapped in 12 blankets, surrounded by tissues and half-eaten snacks, mumbling incoherently. And you're just supposed to look at this diseased swamp creature and say, yeah, this is still the person I love?
Oh yeah, if you can look at them while they're coughing like an asthmatic walrus, sweating through their I gave up hoodie and still think, yeah, that's my person, congratulations. You win. That's love.
So what have we learned today? First off, everybody is faking it at the beginning. The clean, polished, well-groomed version of you, that's a fraud. But eventually, the act falls apart and now you're fully exposed.
Yep. And love? Love is just finding someone whose grossness you can tolerate for life.
At the end of the day, all relationships boil down to this. You are disgusting, they are disgusting, and if you can coexist in filth and still want to kiss each other, that's real romance.
Forget the rom-coms. Forget the fairy tales. You want to know if you found the one? Just ask yourself one simple question.
If this person accidentally crop dusted the entire room, would you still sit next to them?
If the answer is yes, that's marriage material. If the answer is no, pack it up and run.
That's it for today's episode of The Dirty Truth. If you've ever woken up in a sweat puddle next to a snoring swamp monster, hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't, you're lying to yourself.
And remember, love isn't about being perfect. It's about finding someone who will still hold your hand, even when you smell like the penguin exhibit at every zoo.
Ha! Everyone freaking loves penguin, even though they smell horrible. So if you can love a bottom-dwelling, fish-eating, poop-scratching, identity-confused penguin, then you for sure can handle that exact same thing, except it's a human being doing all those things. So, we will see you next time. And if you're listening to this while lying in bed next to your partner, just know they heard you fart in your sleep last night.
They know, bro. For sure, they know.
Look, if you made it this far, good for you, BCT family. You are ready to fake it. But you know what's coming for you eventually. The gross is coming, and you are now ready, fully prepared to deal with it. Or we have convinced you to not even enter that thunderdome of disgust. Remember, we are here for you. Right, Chaz?
All day. Max, we are always here for you.
Good luck out there, family. And look forward to episode 6. We don't know what it's going to be, but we do know that it is going to be special. Peace out. We love you all.